Okay, y'all. The last type of factoring we're going to talk about is difference of squares. And this method is used for very specific binomials. Okay. In order to apply the difference of squares method, both terms of the binomial must be perfect squares. Which means you can take the square root of them and you get a number, a whole number. So the word difference means that they be subtracted. They have to be subtracted. Has to be a minus sign between the two. Okay? So let's review and make sure that we understand what a perfect square is. Okay? All right. So which of the following terms would be perfect squares? Okay, what I want you to do is I want to test your knowledge, and I want you to go through and I want you to circle which ones you think are perfect squares. And if you're hesitant, put a question mark next to them, and then we'll go over them as soon as I come right back, okay? All right, and think about what a perfect square is something that has been multiplied times itself, okay, to make that term. All right, so I'll be right back, and I'll have everything circled that is a perfect square. And so you do the same, okay? Okay, so I have all of my terms circled. All right, so usually what happens is someone tries to circle this negative c squared, and you have to remember when you multiply, and they see the c squared and this is y, but when you multiply even a negative times a negative is a positive, okay? So that would have to be a positive c squared. Any perfect square has to be positive, okay? And then any perfect square, also the exponent must be an even number. Notice each one of these, the exponent is even, okay? 10 is an even number, but you can't take the square root of 10 and it be a whole number, okay? All right. So let's, there's nothing you multiply by itself and get 10 because your factors of 10 are 1 and 10 and 2 and 5. So there's nothing there that you can multiply by itself and get 10. Okay, so I found the factors of each one of these, all right, and showed you what they were. So, oh gosh, that's not 2x and 2x. Man, I messed that one up, didn't I? So this should be 5x times 5x, right? Do you see any other mistakes I did? 5x times 5x would make the 25x squared, right? 7 times 7, 4a times 4 is 16a squared, 12 times 12 is 144. Okay, I think that all looks good. All right, so let's talk about the factoring using difference of squares, okay? So what you have to do, there's some steps here. You have to make sure both terms are perfect squares. So a squared is a perfect square and 25 is a perfect square. Now ignore this minus in the middle because that's this next part of this. Are they being subtracted? Is this a negative? Yes, it is a minus. They are being subtracted. All right, so we've done that. We have to factor each term so the factors are the same. So we have to make sure that's why we made sure they were a perfect square. All right, so I have a squared, so I have an a and an a. A times a gives me a squared. A 5 times 5 gives me the 25, right? All right, so one of these has to be a negative, one of them has to be a positive in here. All right, so the factors from the first term go in the first set, first part of the parentheses, and the factors of the second term go in the next one. Okay? All right, and you're done. All right, so if you were looking at this, you could do, say, a negative 5 times a positive 5. All right, so that's it. All right, so let's do some of these real quick. Okay, so I'm just going to grab this right here and move it over here. Let's do a couple of these. I have these ready so it saves some time, y'all. All right, so we have 4a squared minus 16. 2a times 2a would give me 4a squared, right? All right, and then 16, I see 16 is a perfect square. I'm going to take the square root. Control and x squared gets me to the square root. Square root of 16 is 4. All right, so 4 times 4. So 4 times 4 gets me 16. So if I do a negative 4 times positive 4, that gives me the negative 16. All right, so in my parentheses, I'm going to do 2a in the front for both of these. And I'm going to put a negative 4 in one and a positive 4 in the other. Okay. The next one, I have x to the 4th power. Oh, okay, so I need two factors that are going to multiply to give me that. So half of 4 is 2, right? So I need x squared times x squared. Remember, I said this needed to be an even number. If you divide that by 2, that gives you your exponent. All right, and then I have, let me make this smaller. I'm just not going to have room if I don't. All right. So I have x squared times x squared, and then I have 100, so I have a 10 and a 10. Let's make this one a negative. All right, and then I'm going to put my factors in here. My x squareds go in the front. One of these has to be a negative, one a positive. What that does, it makes that middle term go away, right? If I were to use the box method on this, I would have a negative 10x plus 10x. That makes that a 0 in the middle. All right, and then negative 10 times a positive 10 gives me that negative 100. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to try this one right here. Okay, do this one real quick. I'm just going to do one at a time. And then you know what? No, I'm going to do this one. And then I'll have you do this one. Okay. We're going to skip around a little bit. So we have 64. Let me grab these things over here. Move them over here. That way I don't have to redraw them. All right, 64. Let's see, square root of 64 is 8. All right, so I have an 8 here. And an 8, 8 times 8 gets me 64. X squared, that means I have an x times an x, right? Okay. And then I'm going to open my parentheses here. In the front, I have my 8s. And it does matter what goes where. Okay. My 8s go in the front. My x's go in the back. I have a minus in one and a plus in the other. Okay. All right. All right. You do this one. I want you to do this next one. Okay. All right. See you in a sec. Okay, y'all. So we have, move this around. All right. So we have 64 minus x squared. Square root of 64 is that 8? Oh, we already did that one. I'm sorry. We're on this one. B to the 4th power minus 4b squared. So we have, it takes b squared times b squared to get to b to the 4th power, right? And then square root of 4 is 2. So we have 2b times 2b gets me to 4b squared. So remember, I need a minus here, and I need a plus here. So my b squareds go in the front, and my 2b's go in the back. With a minus and a plus. All right. So I want you to think about this one for this one over here, and this one for this one. I want you to do both of these this time. Okay. Do both of these, and I will reveal this shortly. Okay. All right. All right, y'all. Did you notice that plus sign right here? Did you notice it? Okay. So here's what you should be watching for. So you should be checking All right, I would check my answers in my calculator, or at least go, okay, yeah, my middle term is like this would be a negative 8x, and then that's a positive 8x. So I wouldn't have a middle term, right? So if you did that, or your last terms would be a negative x squared, right? Negative x squared. So if you were to work this out and you did this, had you done this, you would have probably gotten an a minus 4 times an a plus 4, thinking that that might be a negative, right? Okay, so look at your calculator. If you would have done that in your calculator, graphed it, x squared plus 16 is what the original expression was, right? We graphed it as a function, and then we graphed our answer as a function. Notice they don't land right on top of each other, right? And if we ran it as true and false, I gave a value of 3, and then notice it says it's false. So both of those indicate that that is not a factorable. It's not true anyway. So this is not factorable, okay? It's not subtracted, so that makes it not factorable. Now, the second one, we have 25. Square root of 25 is 5, so 5 times 5 would give me 25. Square root of 100 is 10. And then we have c squared, so 10c times 10c gives me the 100c squared. So my 5's go in the front, and 10c goes in the back with a minus and a plus in each set of parentheses. All right, y'all, so that is it for difference of squares. So you have 3 assignments. One for factoring trinomials, one for factoring binomials, and one for difference of squares. So make sure you're using each lesson for each assignment, okay? And I believe you have to upload work on those. I'm not real sure, okay? So make sure you're reading your directions. Have a great day.